You need to meticulously visualize the event you're anxious about and then plan specifically what are you going to do. You might think, yo, that sounds like some bullshit and it won't work. Well, therapy's been using it since Grandpa Jung, so it does work. However, people often do it wrong. Let me explain. First off, why does it work? Like all emotions, anxiety has its function. It was not added to our psyche to fuck with people and make us miserable just for the lols. The reason is security, to make people prepared for the dangers ahead. What anxiety is doing fundamentally is asking you, if X situation happens, what are you going to do? And if anxiety doesn't get an answer, it will ask again, and again, and again, and again. That's why this trick is so useful. It focuses on the core function of anxiety and gives it exactly what it wants. There are two most common mistakes people make while doing this. Being afraid to look into the abyss. Sometimes the event is so scary, people try not to even think about it. This haziness creates a monster, which is not only scary by itself, but is also backed up by the unknown. But if you deconstruct it, it's not actually that big. It's still scary, don't get me wrong, but now it's much less scary. Also, go down the whole distance down that rabbit hole. Let's say you're afraid of being fired, right? So is it the dismissal that scares you? Or is it the humiliation of it? Or maybe that your social circle is going to shrink because of it? Or that you won't be able to afford rent afterwards? Don't stop until you articulate the scariest event down this road, even if it's the most unrealistic. Anxiety does not care about statistics or realism, so feed it your scariest monster. The second most common mistake is looking the wrong way. I had a client some time ago and she had a concern that her partner is going to leave her, and the anxiety from that thought started to take its toll on her life. I told her about this method, and the next session she came back with a plan. The plan was about how she's going to get her partner to stay with her.
Boom! Marker drop.
Well, it might be useful or it might not, but it has nothing to do with the anxiety. The goal is not to hide from the worst case scenario or trying to reduce its probability, but to plan for it. Imagine your relationship is over. You're not trying to run from it or avoid it. It happened. That's it. You're sitting there all alone and sad. Now what? Are you going to call your friends? Okay, who exactly? When? What are you going to do after? Well, we are going to go party. Okay, sure. Where? What club or bar? Exactly. And so on. Be as precise as possible. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? This is what anxiety is trying to get you to do. So do it. So to reiterate, if you want your anxiety levels to drop dramatically, free up 30 minutes of your time, get a pen and paper or maybe open a document on your phone or computer and write down what you're scared of in the most precise way. I cannot stress this enough. Then plan your action. What are you going to do every step of the way? And don't allow yourself any vagueness here. And certainly do not allow yourself to give up. Answers like, well, if that happens, that's it, I'm done. No, you're not done. I've cancelled people with this technique for the event of torture, and it did help them. There's no dead end there. I can guarantee this will work if you do it proper. However, it might be less efficient if you have a diagnosed anxiety disorder. In all other cases, go give it a try and share the results in the comments if you want to. That's it for today. More videos like this to come, and see ya, nerds.